Welcome to my channel. I'm Gary Weriawan, and today we'll be comparing three of my favorite portrait lens for Micro Four Thirds. And right now we are shooting in Kalyana Resort, Yogyakarta, Indonesia. So I want to thank you, Kalyana Resort, for that. And today my wife will be joining our video today as our model, and we will shoot together with my wife Nora. So let's go. Before we continue with today's video, this is just a quick reminder for you to support my channel by liking this video, sharing this video, and subscribing to my channel down below. Alright, let's continue with today's video. Alright, today we're going to compare three different kind of portrait lenses for Micro Four Thirds. So what I mean by that is medium to a little bit of a long telephoto lens that we usually use for portrait photography. And we're using Micro Four Thirds camera, and these are the three favorite lenses that I own for portrait photography using Micro Four Thirds camera. The first lens is the Panasonic 35 to 100mm f2.8. So it's a zoom lens and it has a relatively large aperture of f2.8. And the other two lenses are the Olympus 75mm f1.8 as well as the Olympus 45mm f1.8. So yeah, this is a real world kind of test, so we're not comparing scientific result whatsoever. All of these lenses are great, spoiler alert, alright? But what we're gonna do is we're gonna compare them in real world, how I use them, with the kind of strengths and weakness that we get from each of the lenses. And also I want to explore a little bit of this location, Kalyana Resort, so that you can get a feel of you know, the location itself and how the lenses interact with the location. Alright, so my wife will be joining our video today. Her name is Nora, and yeah, we're gonna start the shooting today. And also I'd like to explain quickly about this weird contraption on my camera. I have this Yongnuo RF603C Mark II, which is a wireless transceiver unit. So basically what it does is that I can use a wireless flash. Alright, so right here I have a JY610 Mark II. This is a Viltrox manual flash connected to another RF603C Mark II so that it can communicate with my camera. If we're shooting in backlight situation, then maybe we'll use this off-camera flash rig. But however, if you want to learn more about off-camera flash photography as well as strobes, as they call it, check out on the card above, also on the description link on the below. Alright, so let's start with the shooting today. Alright, so first we're gonna start with the first lens for today's video, and that is the Panasonic 35 to 100 f2.8. This is the first version and this is the older one. Alright, so that's my wife. She's gonna be our model for today's video. So say hi, Nora, wave around your hand. Alright, so we're gonna start with this lens. And alright, before we start with the actual shooting, I just want to explain that because this is a zoom lens, we're gonna do things differently right here. So I'm gonna start with the long telephoto end of the lens, and then as we go around with the shooting, we'll also try to explore the wider end of the focal length as well, so you can get a feel of how I use the lens. Alright, so we're gonna start the shooting today. The lighting right now is quite beautiful, so I don't really think we need to use an off-camera flash setup for today. And let me explain a little bit my setting. So I'm shooting with full manual control, ISO 200. I'm gonna shoot wide open at f2.8 so you guys can see how beautiful the bokeh is. And shutter speed is about 400, but anytime during the video I might change the shutter speed a little bit without telling you guys, because I'm gonna adjust for the lighting situation, the cloud, and whatever. Alright, so we're gonna start with the shooting right now. Alright, I'm shooting 100mm. So Nora, get ready please. I'm gonna shoot you a half body. Alright, and I'm gonna show a little bit of the villa behind as well as some part of the tree. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, nice shooting. Let's try another one. Alright, we're gonna lock on the focus. 1, 2, 3. I'm still gonna shoot vertically. Alright, one more time, vertically as well. Alright, nice pose right there, I like it. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, and I'm gonna do a horizontal kind of pose. I'm gonna recompose a little bit over here maybe, and I'm gonna do a tighter crop. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, very nice. One more time. 1, 2, 1. Oh, the focus. All right. 1, 2, 3. Nice, nicely done. All right, we're gonna shoot at 35mm right now. We're gonna change focal length a little bit so you guys can see how I use 35mm. So in 100mm previously we shoot very tight crop, you know, half body, quarter body, headshot, something like that. But now with 35mm, I'm gonna try to do full body portrait. All right. So still same setting, f2.8, shutter speed of 400 and ISO 200. All right, let's do one more time, Nora. All right, I'm gonna back up a little bit, and yeah, I think we got it. 1, 2, 3, nice pose. All right, I'm gonna do one more. 1, all right, wait for her to pose, and good. All right, 1, 2, 3. One more time. I'm gonna do vertical shot, so I'm gonna get closer to her. All right, very nice. 35mm, no settings change. 1, 2, 3. One more time. I'm gonna shoot from here. I'm gonna stand back a little bit just to get the full body. All right, very nice. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we changed location right now, so we're gonna do more sort of headshot kind of portrait, you know, and also a little bit of a half body, and we're still gonna use the 35-100mm, so you can get a feel of how I usually use it. Alright, setting is not changed. I still at f2.8, I still shoot at shutter speed of 400 and ISO 200. Try to keep it as low as possible. Alright, so we're gonna start with 100mm and we're gonna do a little bit of headshot kind of stuff. All right, let's do it. All right, Nora, are you ready? All right, watch your hair. All right, good. All right, okay, we're gonna start headshot. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right, the beautiful bokeh on the location really makes it much easier. And all right, let's do this pose. 1, 2, 3. Your hand. 1, 2, 3. All right, one more time. I'm gonna do vertical. Horizontal. All right, nice pose. I like it. All right, 1, 2, 3. All right. So we're gonna switch to 35mm to get a little bit of a 3/4 kind of body portrait. All right. So I'm gonna step ahead a little bit and, you know, try to crop it right on the knee. You know. All right. All right, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna do vertical shooting. All right, nice. 1, 2, 3. One more time. I'm gonna step ahead just a little bit. 1, 2, 3. All right. Alright, so we changed location, still in Kalyana Resort. Can you believe how beautiful this resort look is? And you know, it's just amazing to have a location like this, especially in Yogyakarta, Indonesia, where I live. Alright, so we're not sponsored by Kalyana, but we got free nights here, and also we're staying for staycation. Alright, so if you're in Yogyakarta and you're looking for a place to stay that looks a little bit more like a nature, then please visit Kalyana Resort. You know, you can check it out at kalyanaresort.com. I'll put some links on the description below. Alright, let's continue with the Panasonic 35-100. Right now we're gonna try to shoot with a grassy location, greenery, so that you can get a feel how the subject will stand out in the photograph. Alright, Nora, are you ready? Let's do the shoot right now. Alright, let's do the pose that we did earlier. Alright. Alright, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Let's do the thing where you duck. Alright, I'm gonna increase the shutter speed just a little bit because the lighting condition has changed a little bit, so she's a little bit brighter on the frame right now. I'm gonna go to 500. Alright, let's do it. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do another vertical shot. 1, 2, 3. Alright, and we're gonna do horizontal. Let's try horizontal shooting. Can you come close a little bit? Alright, we're gonna do it like this. Oh, really nice. 1, 2, 3. One more time. I'm gonna increase the shutter speed because the lighting changes. Now I'm at 800. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Alright, really nice. One more time. Still horizontal. All right, that's really nice. All right, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do one more time. I'm gonna step back a little bit. Can you step behind a little bit? All right, that's nice. This is another 3/4 body portrait. All right, 1, 2, 3. Really nice, yeah.
Alright, now it's time to give you my thoughts and observation about the Panasonic 35-100mm. So as you can already see of the pictures of my wife Nora during the photo shoot in Kalyana Resort, you can probably tell that the image quality is good. You know, the sharpness, the color, the contrast, everything just looks so nice with this lens. And that is true for a lens of this grade, you know, it's a professional kind of lens. So there is one thing that I noticed, especially on the second location where the background is a little bit busier. You can notice that the bokeh looks like there's a swirly circular kind of pattern on the background blur. And while I don't think this is bad, and I personally think this is creating a very unique look that's kind of enhancing the image, I thought you should keep in mind of that. However, I really think that the Panasonic 35-100mm is really an enjoyable lens to use, because the fact that you can zoom in and zoom out with that lens so that you have that degree of flexibility when it comes to shooting your subject. Also, the fact that it comes with a relatively large aperture of f2.8 is really a great bonus. Although f2.8 for portrait is not that large, I really think that it's good because you get the constant f2.8 throughout all of the zoom range. So while it's not f1.8 or even 1.4, it's good enough, you know, for portrait. I really wish that it's slightly larger than 2.8, but whatever. All of the other professional lenses on the other formats such as full frame and APS-C, they're all f2.8 as well when it comes to zoom portrait lens. Last point that I want to mention for the Panasonic 35-100 is the fact that it comes with image stabilizer. So the other two lenses that we're going to talk about, the Olympus lenses, they don't have image stabilizer in the lens. So you have to use camera that has in-body built-in stabilizer such as the Olympus cameras or the newer Panasonic cameras, which is not a big deal because almost all of the new cameras, they all have a built-in stabilizer in the body anyway. But when it comes to having stabilizer inside the lens itself, it really helps a lot to further enhance the stabilization, especially during video if you plan to use this lens for video, or if you're shooting in slower shutter speed for photographs. Alright, so I think that's a good bonus. Now let's move on with the next lens, the Olympus 45mm f1.8. Let's go back to the photo shoot. Alright.
Alright, so we came back to the first location in Kalyana Resort, and I've already changed lens to the Olympus 45mm f1.8. So it's this tiny little guy right here, and I really enjoy using this lens as well because it's so small, it's so lightweight, easy to carry around, very portable. It's the best for travel as well. Alright, and so far the lighting is not quite too harsh for Nora, our model, and so I don't really find the need to use off-camera flash yet. So yeah, but we're gonna continue with the Olympus 45mm, and I'm gonna shoot wide open at f1.8 to give you a feel of how the bokeh will look like, you know, the background blur kind of thing. Alright, and because I'm shooting at f1.8 and the lighting is kind of changing a little bit, I'm gonna open the shutter speed more to about 1000, so it's faster to compensate for the brighter aperture. Alright, let's start with the shooting. Nora, are you ready? Alright, we're gonna do 3/4 full body portrait. Alright, I'm gonna just duck a little bit right here. Alright, very nice pose. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Can you come closer a little bit? Alright, I'm gonna step down a little bit. We're gonna do a 3/4 kind of portrait. Alright, very nice, very nice. Alright, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Alright, very nice. 1, 2, 3. Can you step to the right a little bit? Alright, a little bit more. Nice. Alright. Okay, 1, 2, 3. One more time. Alright, very nice. 1, 2, 3. And also I'm gonna do horizontal. Let's do one more time. Alright, very nice. This is gonna be a little bit, you know, almost 3/4. 1, 2, 3. One more. Very nice pose, I like it. Alright, that's also nice. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Alright, Alright, so we've come at the second location and we're gonna do a little bit more shooting with the Olympus 45mm f1.8. So right now I'm still at 100 shutter speed, 1.8 aperture and ISO 200. And right now we're gonna test a little bit more of the bokeh characteristics, especially when presented with greeneries on the background, leafy greens of the trees and similar stuff. Alright, I'm gonna do, you know, tighter kind of headshot, kind of portrait, as well as a little bit of more of a 3/4 body portrait. Alright, so let's start, Nora. We're gonna do the tighter headshot first. I'm gonna do vertical right now. Alright, okay, 1, 2, 3. Oh, I like it. Alright, let's do another one. Still vertical. I'm gonna step forward a little bit. Okay, very nice, very nice, very nice. 1, 2, 3. Alright, very good. I'm gonna do one more time. Still vertical. Very nice. Alright, I like it. I like it. Alright, 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna do horizontal this time. And do a tighter crop. Alright. Okay, very nice. 1, 2, 3. Oh, very good. One more time. Alright, that's very nice. 1, 2, 3. And I'm gonna do 3/4 body portrait. Alright, so can you step back just a little bit? And we're gonna do 3/4 body portrait. Alright, 1, 2, 3. One more time. I'm gonna do the horizontal. Alright, very nice, very nice. 1, 2, 3. Alright, so we've come to the third location and it's the greenery area where there's not much of an object behind the subject, so there's not much distraction when it comes to background, so you can focus more on the subject herself. Alright, so we're gonna do, as usual, a little bit of a tighter crop as well as a 3/4 kind of body portrait and see how it compares with the other lenses. Let's start. Alright, we're gonna do it right now. Alright, 1, 2, oh, hang on. 1, 2, 3. Let's slant a little bit right here. Oh, you stay right there. Okay, that's good. So that you don't squinch because of the sun, you know. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Look at me right here. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm gonna do a tighter crop. And I'm gonna change the shutter speed a little bit because the sun condition has changed. I'm now at 2000 shutter speed. 1, 2, 3. One more time. We're gonna do a little bit of a backlight so that you don't see the sun directly. 1, 2, 3. One more time. Vertical. 1, 2, 3. Very nice.
Alright, now it's time for me to share some observations and thoughts about the Olympus 45mm f1.8. So as you can already tell, this lens is the smallest when compared to the Panasonic 35-100mm f2.8 and also with the other lens that we're going to talk later on, the Olympus 75mm f1.8. It's very small, it's very lightweight, it's very sharp, it's very good, you know, it has great image quality. There's no flaw when it comes to image quality, and because it's such a small and portable lens, you can easily use this lens for travel, you know. It's so portable, you can just carry it without really, you know, feeling it inside your bag and whatnot. With this lens, I don't really notice any of the swirly circular pattern in the bokeh or the background blur, so I don't really think this lens has any, you know, kind of flaw in the optics and whatnot, so I'm really happy to report that to you. One thing that's bothering me with this lens, I don't exactly want to say bother, but you know, that I notice is the fact that the focal length 45mm for portrait, although it's good enough, you know, when it comes to headshot, you know, the tighter headshots that I did of my wife Nora, you can already tell that it's a little bit too wide, you know. I have to get really close to Nora in order to get the headshot kind of photographs, and that might be uncomfortable for your subject. You might want to keep your distance with your subject because, you know, you want to make sure that you have a comfortable working distance. And also talking about compression of telephoto lens, if you're shooting very close, then you start to introduce, you know, barrel distortion to the face and whatnot. So yeah, you just have to keep in mind when you're using the Olympus 45mm that the focal length is a little bit wide. Alright, now let's move on with the next lens, Olympus 75mm f1.8.
Alright, so now we've come to the last lens of this video. So that's the Olympus 75mm f1.8. So this is another long telephoto. When compared to the Olympus 45, this is longer, but still keeping the f1.8 aperture, which is a great bonus. Alright, the lens is quite a little bit bigger. It's almost as big as the 35-100 f2.8, but a little bit shorter, you know, but it has a lot of heft. And also it's not as cheap as the Olympus 45. It's a little bit heavier, and it's almost as heavy as the 35-100mm f2.8. Again, this does not zoom, but you know, the image quality is really nice. So we're gonna start the shooting right now with Nora, and I'm gonna adjust the shutter speed because the lighting condition to about 800. I'm still keeping f1.8 aperture, and I'm still shooting at ISO 200. Alright, let's start with the shoot. We're gonna do full body portrait, I mean 3/4 body portrait, as well as tighter headshot on this location, so you get an idea when you compare it with the other lenses. Alright, let's start. Alright, Nora, are you ready? Okay, that's very nice, that's very sweet, I like it. 1, 2, 3. One more, still on the same frame with different pose. Alright, very nice, I like it. 1, 2, 3. Oh, really nice, I like it. One more time. I'm still gonna do vertical. I'm still at 800 shutter speed, but I might adjust it later. Alright, that's very nice, I like it. 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna come closer and do horizontal kind of tighter shot. Alright, let's do it. Oh, that's very nice, I like it. 1, 2, 3. One more time. That's very nice, very sweet, I like it. Alright, 1, 2, 3. One more time. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. Alright, we're gonna change location to the other location where the green leafy trees are, and we're gonna compare with the other lenses. Let's go. Alright, so we've arrived at the second location, and this is gonna be the leafy greens from the tree to compare how the bokeh performance of each lenses will be. And you know, this is still with the 75mm. I'm still at 800 shutter speed, 1.8 aperture, and ISO 200. So we're gonna do tighter crop this time with the 75mm. Are you ready, Nora? Let's do the photo session right now. Alright, I like that pose, very sweet. 1, 2, 3. You might want to fix your hair a little bit. Yeah, that's nice. That's very nice. Alright, very nice, very nice, I like it. 1, 2, 3. I like it. One more. Other way around. Alright, that's very sweet, I like it. 1, 2, 3. Alright, I'm gonna do horizontal. I'm gonna come closer a little bit to you. Alright, that's very nice, very nice. This is headshot almost. 1, 2, 3. One more. Alright, very nice, I like it. Very sharp. 1, 2, 3. Alright. Alright, so we've come at the third location where the grass is green, and you know, there's not a lot of object on the background, so you can focus more on looking on the subject, which is Nora, my wife, today, as you already know. And yeah, also I'm gonna tell you a little bit that I won't be using my off-camera flash rig. I'm gonna do natural light portrait instead today, because I think I want to harness all of the good lighting condition right now, even though it's already a little bit harsh because it's almost noon. Alright, I'm still at f1.8. I'm still shooting at ISO 200, but I increased the shutter speed to 1600 to compensate for the brighter kind of light, you know. Alright, we're gonna do quarter body portrait as well as tighter headshots, and compare how this Olympus 75mm look when compared with the other lenses. Alright, let's start. Alright, Nora, can you pose like the earlier? We already rehearsed some of these shots. Alright. Okay, that's very nice. Very nice, I like that. I'm gonna step back just a little bit. Alright, very nice, very nice. 1, 2, 3. I like that pose. One more. Can you fix the hair a little bit on your right side? Yes, yes, that side. Alright, very nice. I'm gonna do also almost 3/4. I'm gonna step back a little bit. Alright, 1, 2, 3. Very nice. One more. I'm still gonna do vertical this time, still at the same shutter speed. 1, 2, 3. Very nice. One more time. Alright, I'm gonna move a little bit here so you don't squint. That's nice. Alright. 1, 2, 3. One more, still at f1.8. Very nice, I like it. 1, 2, 3. All right, I'm gonna move closer and do horizontal tighter shots, you know, all right? Oh, the lighting changed a little bit. Now you look softer. That's very nice actually. All right, 1, 2, 3. One more, I'm gonna do it vertically as well, so you can compare. 1, 2, 3. Very nice, I like it. One more time. 1, 2, 3. All right.
Alright, now it's time for me to give my thoughts and observation about the Olympus 75mm f1.8. So, to be completely honest with you, this is the lens that I enjoy the most for shooting portrait, especially for shooting my wife Nora, alright? The reason for that is because the combination of the focal length 75mm with the large aperture of f1.8 really produce great image result, you know. The compression is just perfect, you know, it's very balanced. It's just right for, especially for headshot, you know, tighter kind of portraits, you know. I really enjoy using this lens. The bokeh is excellent. There's no swirly pattern. There's no anything that's bad about this lens. The sharpness, the color, the contrast, everything just looks so perfect with this lens, and I really enjoy shooting with it so much. The only negative when it comes to the Olympus 75mm is just the focal length, you know. It's either too tight or it's either too wide, you know. It's a medium kind of telephoto focal length that's only useful for doing portraits, you know. If you're using this for general out and about photography, it's gonna be extremely too tight, you know. The Olympus 45mm, you can still use it for everyday kind of stuff, but 75mm, no, it's too tight. But it's also not long enough for a dedicated telephoto lens, you know, 100mm kind of focal length, like for shooting wildlife, or you know, if you're going to the zoo and whatnot, you know, it's not gonna be that far, you know. You cannot really pinch into a really tight kind of frame, you know. And yeah, that's just the problem with 75mm. But if you're using this lens only for portrait, then oh, it's so excellent. Alright, now it's time to give you my final thoughts about the three lenses that we just covered today in the video, which is the Panasonic 35-100, the Olympus 45, and the Olympus 75. And once again, my favorite from the bunch is the Olympus 75mm f1.8. It's hands down the one that I really enjoyed the most when it comes to using it to shoot some portraits, alright? It might not be the best, you know, when it comes to image quality. There might be other lenses, especially pro lenses from Olympus, like the 45 something f1.2, or from Panasonic 42.5 f1.2, or some other pro lenses, you know. I'm not really sure if this is the sharpest or the best and whatnot, but I just really enjoy using it. There's something about that lens that really inspires me to shoot portrait, you know, even more than the Panasonic 35-100mm f2.8. So, in conclusion, I can summarize the functions of these three lenses when it comes to my shooting style, alright? So, the Panasonic 35-100mm f2.8, I will use for documentary kind of photography, where you need that flexibility of zoom, you know, that really shines really well with the Panasonic 35-100mm. And if you need to travel, if you need something lightweight that doesn't really weight you down but still keeping the image quality really nice, I'd go for the Olympus 45mm, because it's so small and lightweight, you know. It's the perfect lens for travel, especially if you're doing portrait during your travel, right? And for dedicated portrait kind of situation, I will use the Olympus 75mm hands down. And because this video is all about portrait, then right now the winner for me is the Olympus 75mm, alright? Just keep in mind, these are just the three lenses that I own and I enjoy using. There are other portrait lenses in micro four thirds, such as the Olympus 45 f1.2 or the Panasonic 42.5 f1.2. You know, those are all great lenses lenses, but I haven't got the chance to use them. And if you have the chance to use them, then please let me know your experience down below. Also, I think Sigma has the 56mm f1.2 as well. I really think that it's a great lens. Yeah, if anybody checks out other lenses, please comment down below and share your experience with those lenses. Alright, so I think that would be all for today's video. I really hope that you enjoyed this video and found this video to be useful. Please comment down below if you have any other questions, or if you want to share any of your comments and thoughts about this video. Alright, also don't forget to support my small channel by liking this video, sharing this video, and subscribing to my channel down below. It will really help a lot to motivate me to keep making these videos for you. Alright, that's all. Thank you and goodbye.